These are the parents who will only love you when you bring home a good grade, or the parents who will love you because you're married to a rich man.
For them, what matters most is how do you make them look.
Yeah.
And the conditional love is, I'll give you, I'll be there for you as a parent, as long as you make me look good.
Imagine hearing harsh words like that. Who's supposed to say, a parent who's supposed to say nice things about you,
Yes.
build you up.
Yes.
They're the ones tearing you down.
It's a joke and I've had it a couple of times where anasema ati najua ikifika ushago kuna ule brother mwenye lazima angojewe afike afungue soda.
Yeah. And you know, narcissistic parents, especially mothers, they raise their children to be dependent on them. So like the mommy's boys.
Welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Lilly, a space where we just share authentic, positive, and good vibes. Well, revolving around mental health, counseling and psychology, and everything that uplifts healing in the community. And I'm here again, joined by Patricia. Karibu sana.
Asante sana.
I had you as my first guest, and several feedback and responses were submitted from our conversation, from the conversations we've had with you before.
Okay.
For the new viewers and people who did not interact with that episode, please introduce yourself.
Okay. First of all, I'm very honored to be here. Thank you for having me back. My name is Patricia Waruguru Kabogoro, a counseling psychologist with a focus primarily on trauma. I also train with KIPCO. So I train counseling students on how they're supposed to do it practically. Aside from that, I run a counseling organization known as Vitality, Holistic Counseling, and I have a passion for everything mental health.
I know that, and I like that, and that's why, you know, I radiate towards you, because the focus we've discussed before about traumas and how they present themselves in the current society, and even how to navigate that is a space that I know you're in and you're very passionate about.
Yeah.
What I also like to point out is the funny thing, we're doing this episode when both of us are a little under the weather.
Oh my.
These are the challenges of life, but it's one of those things that we still have to show up. You have to be present and do the best that you can.
Very true.
And I appreciate you for still finding time to come, even as you're navigating or as you're trying to heal. And
yeah.
So pole sana, and glad to have you here. Today I want this conversation almost to be quite structured, because there are topics that are sensitive and I want us to discuss them point by point. And we're going to deal with narcissistic parents. Now that I've just mentioned that, what comes to your mind?
When I hear that, my mind goes back to what I see on social media.
Yeah.
When people talk about the experiences they've had with their parents, then someone tells them that your mom will always be your mom.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's always the debate on when it comes to such kinds of things. Some are telling that individual you need to cut them off. Others are gaslighting them into accepting that parent as they are.
Yes.
So I think it's a really relevant topic.
Yeah, it's a topic that we need to have, because we want to understand how narcissistic parents present themselves. What are their traits? How do you know that my parent, unfortunately, as much as I love them, has narcissistic tendencies or is a narcissist? And then how do I, as an individual, manage that and still find myself? Because the one thing I know in the space of narcissism, and we've discussed narcissistic partners before, is how you find yourself getting lost.
Okay.
So we have children getting lost at whatever age, from young to adulthood. I mean, even as old as 53, 70, you can still be lost trying to find yourself under a narcissistic parent.
Yeah.
And that is what you're talking about when online, people, you know very well you're struggling, but still people are pushing you to samehea mzazi, tapata kirumi. Okay, sorry, now that is French for you get a curse, you know, and things that revolve around that. So one of the traits and characteristics I know of narcissistic parents is conditional love, where affection depends on achievement, obedience, and how well the child makes them look.
Yeah.
Expound.
So, these are the parents who will only love you when you bring home a good grade.
Wow.
Or the parents who will love you because you're married to a rich man.
Okay.
The parents who will want you to sacrifice yourself to make them look good.
Wow.
So regardless of whether you're going through anything,
it doesn't matter.
They don't care.
They don't care. For them, what matters most is how do you make them look.
Yeah.
And the conditional love is, I'll give you, I'll be there for you as a parent as long as you make me look good.
Yeah, as long as there's something in it for me.
Yeah.
But you see, parenting, that's not what a parent should be. A parent should love you regardless of whether you're lagging behind in life or regardless of whether you're the rich one. I should love all my children equally.
Yes, yes.
It's not always what happens.
It's not. So now that is conditional love.
Yeah.
Something else that, another characteristic, and then we'll just definitely discuss more, is gaslighting.
I have seen that a lot in my practice as a counselor.
Yes.
And this is where you identify something that has happened and you think, I need to tell my mom about it. A certain time, they kick me out at night and I need to tell them that I was really scared. And then they'll come up and they'll tell you, unafikiria mambo zako, that never happened. It never happened.
Yes.
So you end up wondering, am I remembering my facts correctly?
You question yourself. You question your reality. And that is gaslighting.
That is gaslighting. Imagine being gaslit by your own mom. Chaotic.
Where hizo ni zako, hizo ni wewe unaimagine. Nani alifanya hivyo?
That never happened.
Hiyo si mimi si kufanya hiyo.
Yeah, and then they follow it up with ati kama unataka mzazi mwingine mimi ndio niko. Or they follow it up with something derogatory.
Yeah.
I did my best.
Yes. Sasa wewe nani angekulea kama si mimi?
Wewe ulikuwa mtoto msumbufu hata sijui unaniuliza nini hizo.
Yeah. Gaslighting. Then there's something again, control disguised as care, where they interfere with your choices in terms of your career, your partner. You know, they're the kind
they want the best for you.
And that is control.
It's really controlling.
Disguised as care.
And you see, all these things that you have pointed out are characteristics of how you're able to identify a narcissistic person. Like that control will be, you'll never ever feel like you have autonomy to do anything. And even when you try and make a decision for yourself, you feel guilty.
Because you almost feel like it will not please your parents.
It's not enough.
It's not enough for them.
So you find yourself choosing a career that will make my mom happy.
Yeah.
A spouse who will be good for the family.
Yes.
I will live where my mom wants. I will bear children when my mom wants.
Yeah.
It becomes
a cycle of pleasing, which is now the other thing where they have emotional invalidation. They dismiss. They have mocking feelings such as, stop crying, you're too sensitive.
You know, there are some like these narcissistic parents. Remember the last time when we talked, we were sharing, and I told you that 1 out of 6.
Yeah.
Studies have shown that 1 out of 6 is narcissistic.
Yes.
So your mom will invalidate your feelings, and their parents, when you watasema, not parents, sorry, there are children who will say that their parents gossip about them with
other women or other
siblings, even in front of them.
Even
in front of them. How would you feel if your mom was talking about you unkindly to your other sibling, and you're there and you're listening.
So they would give us and paint a scenario. Tell us how that can show up.
You know, like for example, they would say something like, you know, so and so will never amount to anything in life. You're better placed to become a great person in life, and you're there listening. By the
also,
way,
they are there next to you, and they're saying these things, and they're saying almost in jest, uyo wachana na ye. We are both here, but say I'm the mother, and these are my children, and what I'm telling this one is, huyu hakuna mahali anaenda. Hiyo mchezo ako nayo huku, hiyo hakuna mahali anaenda. In fact, wewe ndio utasucceed.
Ama wewe utazaa watoto 5, nikikuona tu hivi and no one will ever marry you. Imagine. And sometimes it's disguised as a joke.
Yes.
But there's nothing funny about it.
And you know, there's also the power of the words. And when it's coming from your parent,
painful. It's a
painful.
wound that we have to work. We have to really labor in therapy to heal that wound. Because as a parent, imagine hearing harsh words like that. A parent who's supposed to say nice things about you to build you up.
Yes.
They're the ones tearing you down.
And they're the ones making you feel inadequate. They're the ones who are making you on a constant race, trying to please them, trying to find ways to make them happy. You're never good enough for them.
And then you see, with these narcissistic parents, you grow up and your life revolves around pleasing this parent. So, even as an adult, the only thing that will be running through your mind is, what does my mom need? What do I need to get my mom? What do I need to do for my mom? Just to get that validation from this parent who invalidated you where you are.
For a long time, you have been invalidated. As we proceed, because now I'm dealing with the traits and the characteristics that show up. Later, we shall discuss the actual ways in how these traits manifest in an individual. Do you know now what questions people got to ask is, okay, Lily, please ask Patricia, how do I show up? Because I feel like my attachment style is different. I feel like I seek validation from people. I feel like I'm a people pleaser. So where does that come from? And we had the conversation, and we also said, besides just dating a narcissistic partner, you could have been exposed to a narcissistic parent, and that's why you're having these characteristics and traits as a grown-up. And the other thing I wanted, so role assignment, let me tell you that. Where one child is the golden child.
The one with the most money.
The favored one. And then there's another one who is the scapegoat. One who is always blamed, who doesn't seem to fit the ideal of the parent. Give us scenarios or let's have this conversation where we see how parents make one a golden child.
You're the golden child because you're doing something that they're benefiting from. You're the one giving them the most money. You're the one going home with the biggest car. And then there's the one actually living with them and ensuring that there's security at home. They're the ones doing the chores at home. But those ones are
sidelined. They're insignificant.
They're not relevant. And you hear about it all the time. Ukisikia watu wakisema ati they're going to shags. They're going to shags, and one is a slave and the other one is the one being weighted by their siblings. They're not on the same level.
It's a joke. It's a joke sometimes, and it's a joke, and I've had it a couple of times where anasema ati unajua ikifika ushago kuna ule brother mwenye lazima angojewe afike afungue soda.
Like, kuna kupewa chai na kuna soda.
Tungoje brother wa Nairobi afungue ndio soda zifunguliwe.
Zitolewe.
My goodness.
Ama mwenye sasa, because people are coming back to Nairobi, mwenye ataambiwa achune maavocado na huko za watu wa Nairobi za kubeba.
Parents, we need to do better. So there's one who's always doing this. And you know, there's a way it actually affects people. And even the siblings, there's a way it causes some rivalry, whether subtle or not, because you can clearly see there's favoritism between siblings. There's a parent who, of course, adores and loves this one because of what they are getting from them. And unfortunately, it's monetary. While huyu mwingine, their presence is there.
They do the most.
They do the most, but they don't get recognized.
Can you imagine what that does to somebody's self-esteem?
Yeah.
This is your brother, this is your sister, but you're being treated like less of a human being because you can't give 10,000 to your mom as you live. See, bad.
And now bringing it back to, counseling and what would you tell somebody who is facing that kind of situation where they're feeling like they've been neglected or invalidated or unappreciated because they are not giving the, say, monetary value to their parents, and the value that they are giving is not being appreciated?
I remember when we talked about it last time, we talked about reparenting yourself.
Okay.
That means that you give yourself the love that you lack from home. But the worst thing is that you will be the golden child.
Yeah.
But wacha hizo pesa ziishe. Wacha hizo pesa ziishe.
You can be discarded.
You will know who your mom or who your dad really is.
Yes.
Yeah, because your value was only based on the money that you are providing. Now that you don't, you're a burden. It's not genuine love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was conditional.
It was very conditional. So a person like that has really been diminished. So a person needs to reparent themselves and to pour into themselves a lot. When they become self-aware of what they're going through, they pour so much into themselves in the sense that they start boosting their self-worth. You don't have to have somebody telling you that you're worthy or that you matter or that you're doing something important. You can tell that to yourself.
Yeah.
And in therapy, we do that a lot.
Yes.
We usually employ therapy that we refer to as narrative therapy, where there is the story that you have been told all your life.
Yeah, you amount to nothing.
You're nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that story. But when you come to therapy, we help you re-author or rewrite your story. So what is it that you usually envision for yourself?
Yeah.
And how can you get to that point?
Yes.
So you rewrite your story, not what your narcissistic parent has told you, but according to what you would want.
Patricia, I know we are talking about all these things, and I'm appreciating the conversation that we're having.
Okay.
When I was thinking about the topic, I was sure what I wanted to discuss, but of course the details, I was on the surface. When we're talking, it's now real, even as to how black tax happen, and how people feel so indebted to their parents. But it's a good thing and a bad thing. So let me explain. You can help your parents because you want the best for them, but then there are parents who just don't get satisfied. No matter what you do, it doesn't matter. They keep asking for more. Huyu hata utamfanyia aseme wacha ile today umpatie 10,000, kesho umpatie 2,000 ama ukose kumpatia. They go and complain, hanifanyiangi kitu yoyote. Mimi hakuna kitu ameshawahi nifanyia. Hakuna pesa yake mimi huona. But the person forgets that there was actually a season you were there for them. That the golden child. You are a golden child. Now when you do not have, then they have no value for you.
Very true.
Yeah.
And you see, I usually see that a lot in therapy. Somebody will come so devastated that I've done everything for my mom, I've done everything for my dad, but they're threatening to curse me because they asked me for 50,000, I gave them 40, so now I'm a bad person. That person is so devastated because wamezoea all their life that what their mother, what their father wants, they give them. And now you're not in a position, and you've tried your level best, you've done what you're able to do, but it's not enough.
And isn't that now, which the other point I wanted to ask you about blood boundaries, where the child's life almost revolves around the parents' needs and emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. It does. It does. And it's really terrible for their mental health because you can never really progress. You go marry, for example, assuming you're a guy, you find a wife and you want to marry that wife, but you'll never ever progress. You never ever do anything for yourself because of the black tax that you're asking about. Your mom wants this today, tomorrow they want this. When you tell them you can't, they start saying, oh, it's because you got that wife who does not even love you, who wants to misuse you.
Yeah.
So inakuwa so much, even building this nuclear family of yours
becomes a challenge.
Becomes a very big challenge.
Yeah. Because this husband is constantly trying to satisfy the needs of their parents or of a mother, and they're unable. Now, which brings about competition. And unfortunately, have you ever heard those mothers who almost say, wewe unapenda bibi yako sana kuniliko.
They are all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. Mama anasema I am in my son's house. Yeah, so she can't even respect the wife in that household. I'm in my son's house, I will do whatever I want.
Yes.
So how is that marriage supposed to thrive? Yeah, how are those people supposed to build themselves if you keep interfering and feeling entitled?
Entitlement, yeah.
And narcissistic parents, especially mothers, they raise their children to be dependent on them. Yeah, they do. So like the mommy's boys.
Yes.
Yeah, they raise their children specifically like that. Remember when we talked the last time, we said that there's something called narcissistic supply. So it's the energy that somebody is deriving from another human being.
Yes.
So when you raise your child to be clingy towards you, that is supply towards you as a narcissistic parent. A very dangerous and toxic dynamic.
I've been told of scenarios where you find your parent actually lets go, but doesn't let you go fully. So this is what I mean. So they allow you to go flourish, get a job, but they don't want you to do so well that you don't need them. They are constantly wanting to be needed. So utafanya hiyo kazi, you'll do what you need to do, but it's like they're waiting for you to fall
so that they can come and save you.
They become the savior, and it becomes a vicious cycle where a child does not fully gain their independence. And if they do, the parent actually punishes them. Have you seen those scenarios?
I have.
Where, si umeenda mumenisahau, you have heard those comments.
I have seen it. I have seen it. And some even go to the extent where they try to do things to get attention. So this parent maybe even feigns sickness. Feigns sickness. They are dying and they are writing their will.
Yes.
So that whatever it is that you are doing, you stop
and rush
and focus on them.
Yeah.
Happens a lot.
It has, and I've heard of it, and it's interesting where hata daktari, some doctors can attest to this, wamepelekewa wazazi ni wagonjwa, but the ugonjwa cannot be found. And this is a thing of they're feigning sickness to get attention or to make their children support them and to make themselves needy.
Yes. If you had a project that you are managing or that you intended to start, now you can't do it because all the funds are channeled towards your mom now.
Yeah.
Who is sick.
Na saizo ugonjwa haipatikani. I've heard doctors wanapatiana multivitamins because mama amekuwa mgonjwa and she's actually not sick, but she's sick.
And she's dying.
Bedridden actually. She can be in hospital for even 3 or 4 days. Yeah. Oh my son, I just nataka mtoto wangu. And then when they meet with the doctor huko nje, because you've dropped everything to attend to your mother.
And you're spending money.
Yes.
On tests that don't need to be run.
Yes.
On things, maybe diets and you making her life comfortable. So you end up leaving whatever it is that you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And focusing on this
individual. Sick mom. And then, or your sick father, and you start giving them multivitamins.
Yeah.
Disguised as...
Or going for sijui tests, expensive tests and sijui...
Yeah, mtu amefanyiwa scan zote, hata za kichwa. The costs involved, but they cannot find a problem.
Very true.
Oh, boundaries, my goodness. Either mothers compete with their daughters, or sons are competing with their fathers, or fathers competing with their sons. And you've seen in situations where the mothers, and in fact, one I've heard of is the mothers, where they begin to, criticize the body image of their children or their daughter. Oh, umenona sana, ama umekonda sana, kula, wewe ni nani atakuoa ukikaa hivyo. So you find that there's a necessary competition. And for men, you hear there's a place where the father is seeing you're just not doing enough. Ukinunua hii gari, kesho maybe babako anunue ingine.
Nyama anakuambia seri ungenipea hizo pesa badala ya kuwaste. In other cases, you also see, like, for example, the father and the son are fighting for girls.
Yeah.
So your father is the one spoiling your relationship.
Yes.
It happens.
Hey.
Happens. Sometimes it's extreme.
No, I've heard of that. Baba anakuja anapita na nini yako. Mnacheka. True. No, it's the truth. Alafu wewe hata nikamtu hata akana pesa, babako akona pesa.
Actually, I was listening to another interview. Like the father actually killed the son because of his wife. I don't know whether those dynamics zimeingiana kabisa.
Yeah. And it's possible.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he must have looked at the wife and said, huyo ndio nina...
You don't deserve her. You're the one who deserves her.
That is the... Oh, what a parent. It's really terrible. So anyway, we're discussing the traits, so that we have several, and I'll mention. So we've tackled competition with children. Something I also want to discuss is the obsession with public image, which means, maintaining a perfect family facade.
Yeah. And I think I was telling you earlier about how some parents devalue their own children.
Yes.
In the sense that, for example, Lillian, let me use your example. You have like a teenage child has been told by their teacher to go seek therapy because of 1, 2, 3 reasons.
Yes.
But now, as a narcissistic parent, you don't see the need for wastage of all that time.
Yeah.
And for people to hear that your child is in therapy.
Yes.
Hiyo inaharibu jina ya familia. Yeah. So you'll either not let the child go, and when you're compelled to let the child go for therapy, you minimize the impact that therapy has.
You want it to be rushed, you want it to happen as fast as possible. Hii kitu ishe. I remember we were having that conversation where, a parent can easily say, mtoto wangu ametumwa afanye therapy, ameandikiwa 3 sessions na shule. Hii session yote ifanyike haraka haraka tuende.
So that mtoto arudi shule ndio anilete grade A. While in actual sense, that grade A will not be important if your child is mentally disturbed.
Yeah. And of course, for children to need to go for therapy, there's a reason.
Yeah.
There's some background issues that are disturbing them mentally. And that's why the school has seen
this one needs psychological help.
Yes.
But now you as a parent, me all I need is a grade A so that my daughter goes, my son anaenda kufanya medicine, nikwe mama ya daktari, baba ya daktari.
Yeah.
So you compromise on that child's mental health, while in actual sense, therapy would have been helpful for this individual if it was taken seriously.
And you see this perfect family facade, has crippled many families, where children will end up doing degrees or studies that they're not their choice, it's for their parents. Why? They want to retain and maintain the perfect family facade.
A lot of secrets.
Yes, children will have problems and they'll be told, no, kwa familia yetu huwa hatuongei hiyo mambo.
A child will come and say that so and so has been abusing me, and you'll be like, shut that mouth. This is a Christian family. We don't say such things. And you are a liar, and you need to stop saying such kinds of things. What have you done to that child as a parent?
Okay. Yeah.
Because you want your family to be perfect.
To remain perfect. And there's no perfect family. And sister, now the other side is, now when children begin to revolt this perfect family facade, ndio unaonanga, hey, mtoto wangu amenishinda, blah, blah, blah. But it's because they're now saying, you know what? I'm not going to pretend anymore. I'm not going to live in this environment where I need to show up a certain way. You've seen situations where, this was a little back then, saizi parents are more accommodating to the career choices that their children make.
Are they?
They are trying. They are trying. It's not as bad as it used to be, where it was either a doctor,
mwalimu,
engineer, nurse. There's some Nini. If you mentioned DJ, chef, utaambiwa nini na mzazi?
Not in my house.
I educate you for all those years, na unataka kwenda kupika. Nimekueducate hiyo yote
uende upike.
No, uende upige picha. How? But you see, it's trying to create that perfect family facade where you don't want people to be themselves, you don't want to be authentic, you want to paint this in our family. And we see them, we see them where they have their children, and when they're doing introductions, they stand up and say, and all my children are all doctors.
Yeah.
Red flag. Red flag. Because it is not possible that all your children can want the same thing, but you pushed them to it. You wanted this, a perfect family, that inside, in there, there's a lot of dysfunction. They're living inauthentic lives.
I was thinking back in the morning as I was preparing for this.
Yes.
And I looked back and I remembered one of my classmates in high school many years ago. So this lady, her parents used to provide everything. Which books do you need? How many do you need? You get. She used to be like our resource person for revision materials. That lady was extremely disturbed.
Yeah.
So she's going to be number 2 out of like 300 learners. And the mother will ask, why were you not number 1?
Oh.
What does that one who was number 1, what does they have that you don't have?
Oh, yeah.
Then she'll come back crying. We are like,
never enough.
Never enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she went and I don't know where she is right now, but I can guarantee that did a lot of mental
damage. And I've seen children, even in their adult life, struggling to be that perfect child, to still maintain that facade of, in our family, we are all lawyers, in our family, we are all doctors. And to a point where you hear some family settings where even the friends of the children have to be a certain type of way. Now you even force your children to struggle with the kind of friendships that they have because you will not approve of them. Wewe unatuletea huyu rafiki yako anafanya nini?
Ana rasta.
Oh, how that used to be a thing. No, it used to be a thing. Right now is when people are just like, you know what? Kila mtu aishi maisha yake. But it used to be a thing. Hey, unaleta marafiki wenye wako na tattoo. Huyo ametoboa mpaka mapua. Because they want to present a certain perfect illusion that does not exist in the real world.
Yeah.
Where you just don't have valuable friendships. You have friendships that fit a certain profile that is approved by your parents. Oh,
nyumbani ama home should be a safe space.
Yes.
But if that's not your safe space, what usually happens is that people go seeking for peace. So they end up indulging and getting in trouble and relating to people who are not good for them because that's where they feel hurt and feel seen. So mzazi ataanza unaona the black sheep. Mtoto atakuwa the black sheep because they've deviated from the norms in the homestead.
Yes.
But why should they stay in a place where they don't feel appreciated?
Yeah.
So they become the black sheep.
And then, you mentioned that and it's reminded me. And unfortunately, because they're in this setup where they've now decided, I can't do this anymore, they go out. But they go out with very little knowledge. They end up meeting the friends or the partners that misuse them, abuse them. Because at home, they're running away from this thing, but they're going somewhere where it's worse because they don't even know how to manage themselves in a different setting. All they have grown up knowing is my parents are the best. My father is my mother is my ultimate. So when they are thrown into the real world, they are able to make deep connections with people.
And they make very poor choices. See, one characteristic of a narcissistic parent that makes people unable to identify them, that sometimes ni wapole sana.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
They're covert.
Yeah.
Narcissists.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ni wapole sana, lakini the amount of emotional and psychological torture, it will damage you and you will forever seek the approval of that parent.
Yeah.
You'd rather not pay your rent.
Yes.
But umtolee chama kama 5.
I know.
Because you have to please her.
Nitasema hii alafu ikae ni controversial. Na kila saa kuwasaidia kubuild kanisa.
Yeah. Kutoa pesa za michango, but you see, it's at your own expense. It's at your own expense. Yeah. You're not doing it because you have surplus. You're doing it because unajinyima to please your parent who never gave you validation when you were younger.
Yeah.
So you're seeking validation now using your money as an adult.
So you keep doing more, you keep pouring more, you keep offering more.
True.
Yeah.
And I am able to see it a lot. I can look at a person and I'll be able to tell what kind of a parent that person is. And especially if you've been raised in lack.
Yes.
In lack. And then your mom or your father is a narcissist as well. You will feel indebted to them for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Walienda vibarua wanisomeshe.
And they'll remind you.
And they'll remind you, or they will put it in subtle jabs hapo utasikia that you need to do something because alikusomesha. As if that was not their responsibility in the first place. Yeah. So you will feel for the rest of your life, you will neglect yourself trying to repay your parents for things that they were supposed to do in the first place.
And which is actually there. And you know what I like about the Gen Z right now? It's a bit controversial, but they're saying, I didn't ask you.
Wow.
Nanikama the world will have to appreciate. It's dicey. It's a very sensitive topic, but the world will now begin to see where the Gen Z are saying, but me, I didn't even ask you to give birth to me. Oh, you took me to this wonderful school. Oh, thank you very much. I never asked for it. So why should I feel indebted? Why should I feel like I need to pay it?
You see, those ones are people who are very self-aware.
Yeah.
What about millennials?
Millennials.
Yes, you can do nothing outside the norm.
Yeah.
Because you have really been pushed down. So Gen Zs, at least that's a good thing. They're able to speak up and they're able to do things that make them happy.
Yeah.
What about the generation before that?
Yeah.
And the likelihood of them raising children who are also put down is high.
It's high, yeah.
Because you even see in on social media, they're the ones justifying abuse, parental abuse. Hao ndio wanasema, sisi, mimi, my mom, hata angenifunga na kamba huko kwa mvua the whole night, na at least and she's the reason why I turned out the way I turned out.
Please.
They do. So what kind of child do you think they'll raise?
Yeah. One who has to agree to whatever it is as long as it's the parent doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I like what you're saying because it kind of ties in with the other characteristic I wanted to talk about. Lack of empathy. So they're unable or unwilling to see and validate the child's inner world. They live in their own world. So you as a child ukimwambia, I don't like mom how you do this and this to me. They lack empathy. They don't care.
They'll ask you, unakulanga? Si unaishi kwa nyumba? So what are you complaining about? Yeah.
Nimekupeleka shule. Wewe ni shule ngapi ni pesa ngapi nimelipa kwa hiyo shule? Ni pesa ngapi nimelipa?
They do that. They make you feel like your feelings are not important.
Yeah.
Which puts you down. And unapata in such cases kunakuwa na a lot of wounds. That child grows up wounded and I grow up akijua ako peke yake.
Yeah. I like this because the next thing we will handle is now how this thing shows up in our real world. The last characteristics I wanted us to explore is emotional unpredictability, where they love one day, they are cold the next, then they leave the children very hypervigilant.
Yeah.
Because your parent is so on and off. Today they love you so much, wewe ni mtoto mzuri, but maybe because kuna kitu umemfanyia that is to their benefit. So you're very good. I've had situations where, and especially either the boomers or is it the Gen X, kuna generation hapo, they kind of experienced it more than the millennials, where now their parents who are in their 80s, 90s, thereabout, used to do that thing a lot. Hey, so and so ni mwega, ni mzuri sana, haya na shida, ametekea wazazi wake. The next minute, huyo ni kitu mbaya. You know, you've had all those situations where amesemekana ni kitu mbaya sana, but ubaya wake ni nini? They did not agree with the parent at some point. So explore with me that aspect of emotional unpredictability and the hypervigilance and how it presents itself to the adult and in their real world.
Yeah. Remember when we talked about in our previous discussion, we talked about people who are avoidant and people who are anxious.
Yeah.
People who are anxious are as a result of parents who are unpredictable. So today your mom is going to be laughing, she'll provide for you everything that you need. Tomorrow atakuwa anakushautia.
Yeah.
So you develop a sense of knowing when to read the room. Unajua kusoma venye ameingia, kila mtu anaenda bedroom.
Yeah.
You know whether you used to see that when some, especially with fathers.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yes.
So everybody was laughing in the sitting room. Everybody is watching.
Everybody's campus.
Yeah, he's left alone.
Yeah.
But most people learn how to read the room. So you see venye ameingia huyo, we'd rather not be here.
Yeah.
Even when they grow up, or even when they leave that household, they become people who look at, who are able to read subliminals.
Yeah.
And most of the time they misread them.
Yes, because they were constantly hypervigilant.
Yeah.
So what will my dad say today? How will they react today? How will I present myself today? You know? Because you're not even sure of what you're doing in the first place. As you grow up as an adult, it's the same thing. You're so cautious of your surroundings, of the relations that you have.
Of everybody. So I'll see you walk in a hurry, and then I'll assume, Lillian must be mad at me for something.
She's avoiding me.
She's avoiding. Well, in actual sense, it has nothing to do with me. Yes, and it is very dangerous.
Yes.
Very dangerous. It makes people avoidant.
Yeah.
So they are unable to sustain relationships because they become clingy.
Yeah.
So if I text you at 5, by 5:02, if you've not responded by message, you must have dumped me already. You see? And who wants a clingy person as a partner? Nobody.
Yeah.
So you end up in and out of relationships.
So there are several producer ameguzwa. There are several things. Now we are flipping it. We've discussed the characteristics of this narcissistic parents, and I'm sure now the people viewing this can be able to pick out certain aspects and points and reflect on it. Now let's talk about how they manifest in you as a grown-up, where you have attachment wounds.
Yeah.
Where children of narcissistic parents are 4 to 6 times more likely to grow up in anxious or avoidant attachment styles, always fearing rejection, and struggle with trust and closeness.
Yes, those are the avoidants.
Yes.
That person has known that they are alone. Akiwa a very small person, amejua that they are alone in this world, so they've become very independent.
Yes.
So they know how to do things for themselves. They never ask for any help.
How does that avoidant attachment style look like?
This is a person, you're dating somebody, Lillian.
Yes.
And we are with you here.
Yeah.
And then when you go home, then you are looking for your person.
Yeah.
They'll tell you, by the way, I'm in China right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Na hakukwambia? Because they didn't feel the need.
What for? They do things by themselves.
Yeah.
Ama you'll be there asking, why didn't you consult me on such and such a thing? They don't know what you mean.
And probably they don't mean it in a bad way, but they found themselves in a situation where they've constantly grown up in that environment. So they have no time to even involve you.
They know how to do things by themselves, and then what usually happens is when they get into a relationship, it doesn't work out. Because you cannot be in a relationship with somebody like that when you're not a team. So me, I'll be expecting you to text me.
So we're talking about the avoidant and the way these people show up in now adulthood. They want their independence. We've said it's not that they do it purposely.
It's how they have grown up. They have grown up doing things for themselves. Their parents, so now are unstable. Most of the time they're not emotionally there for their children. So that person knows that they can handle everything by themselves. And that person in a relationship is the people who their girlfriends or their boyfriends are always complaining. I'm the one always texting you. I'm the one always asking to see you. And in most cases, it's not that they don't love you back.
Oh,
Because they
don't know
don't know how. And if you continue to cling, they run away.
Because they don't know that.
Yeah,
they don't understand.
And they are afraid of getting very close to you because you may
hurt them.
Do you see how it leads
to the way these things they lead now to other problems much later in life. Now another thing, we've tackled attachment wounds. They learn to survive by pleasing others.
Yeah, like the anxious people.
Yeah,
become a people pleaser. Yeah, you've already read that person's mood from afar. So you tell them things that they want to hear. You'll offer to do things that they want. You think they need.
Yeah,
at your own expense.
Yeah, because it's a learned behavior where they are pleasing others. These people pleasers, I feel like they come from very narcissistic backgrounds with parents who constantly needed them to please them.
Yeah.
So even in their
adult
life, they're always trying to please, doing the most, doing too much. Oh, maybe I need to do this so that I can seek approval from...
They are constantly seeking approval from their parent, the narcissistic parent, all the time. It is either that or they develop to be narcissists themselves.
Two ways. Yeah. You either get one who's a narcissist because they come from a narcissistic background, or they become the people pleasers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which is terrible because they get misused.
Or they misuse others.
Or they misuse others. Another trait that comes now in adult life, they their stress hormones are so high. They are constantly stressed. Nile wanasema cortisol juu.
I agree.
So how does this stress, you are a counseling therapist, how does this stress manifest in adult life?
Chronic illnesses.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Chronic illnesses, autoimmune disorders.
Yes. Oh.
Yes, those are the most common causes of always having the stress hormone elevated. So that person will constantly have illnesses zenye haziendi. Allergies.
Okay.
Allergies. Unasikia huyo mtu sasa amekuwa na what do we call them? The lifestyle diseases, and that person, the lifestyle diseases as a result of stress.
Like hypertension. Yeah.
And autoimmune, a lot of, by the way, they will tell you.
Yes.
Madaktari, when you go to the hospital, they will tell you, they will ask you about your stress
levels. So
those autoimmune disorders, most of them, sijui rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah. There's a constant stress that comes with coming from that kind of a background.
Yeah.
And this is why, therapy is good, because you feel unregulated. Talk to us, talk to me, talk to Patricia. Let us explore that aspect of, why am I stressed? And we can unpack the wounds from, childhood, and even identify the aspects of probably being in a narcissistic environment. And then what you said, begin to reparent yourself.
And set boundaries.
Yeah. Wow. Now, there's also the thing about brain wiring. They're overreactive. They leading to emotional flashbacks in their adulthood. They're constantly thinking about the past. Nini ilifanyika? Oh, what happened when I was in this kind of situation? And then now in their adult life, they begin to project that. They are unregulated. They're emotional, clingy, needy. But even all this is just challenges that are coming from that background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in counseling, in therapy, we talk about unfinished business.
Oh,
So when I say unfinished business, I mean those issues that you didn't resolve back in your past. So they stay lingering in your subconscious mind. And when they linger in your subconscious mind, they'll affect the way you behave.
Yes.
They'll affect the way you feel, the way you behave, and the way you they'll affect everything about you. So based on the kind of way that you are brought up, you may even feel triggered by things that are not supposed to be triggering you.
Yeah.
Because of the unfinished business that you need to address. When you come to therapy, we dig deeper.
Yeah. On the unfinished business.
On the unfinished business.
Something else, the family roles, yeah? So children are cast in, of course, the golden child, where love depends on performance. And the one who is also seen as the problem, who is shamed and faces those challenges. As they grow up and as an adult, how are they able to identify that? Now the other problem with being the golden child is the inflated ego. So you walk around here, you think that parents also create another narcissist there into the world.
Either you become a narcissist or you become a people pleaser.
Yeah. So that the golden child might actually find themselves being a narcissist.
Yeah.
And when they are having challenges in life, how are they supposed to, regulate their emotions?
A golden child?
Yeah.
First of all, if they are not aware that their behavior is problematic, that's going to be. They have to be aware. They have to have somebody who's going to let them know.
Self-awareness. Yeah.
That your mom or your father has been treating you in a special way compared to others.
But then, now that you say that, I feel like we are going to get a society where children are all feeling special. And I don't know what we are going to do about that.
I think that's a good thing.
Is it?
Mm.
Okay.
You're loved at home.
Okay, you're loved. But you know, sometimes the love is not love, because love without boundaries, the permissiveness kind of love.
They're allowed to do anything.
Yes, they're allowed to do anything. And because you're trying, I'm saying too much, but overcompensating, where probably you grew up in an environment where your parent did not give you enough. You are not the golden child. Now you bear children of your own, and now you want them to be the golden child. So what do?
So you'll be treating them equally. They won't be a scapegoat.
Yeah.
So at least they will all feel
loved. And for those who are unable to balance, and now they overhype their own children,
they create a cycle.
Another repeating.
Yeah, or they create a menace for society, because those children, wherever they go, they will feel entitled even to things that don't belong to them. But permissive parenting is bad.
Yeah.
It
is the worst, I think.
Permissive parenting is bad.
Yes.
You should not let your child do whatever it is that they want to do. There needs to be consequences for behavior.
Amma will touch that, the parenting styles. Do you want us to discuss that right now?
Yeah.
Please tell. And I know it's a whole topic on its own. There are 4 types of parenting styles. Are there 4 or 5?
There are 4.
4, yeah. Types of parenting styles. There's the permissive.
There is a permissive, there is an authoritarian, and a neglectful parent.
The 4. Can you touch briefly on?
Okay.
Yeah.
So the authoritarian parent,
yes,
is the military
parent.
And
you know, I like that imaginator, conversation imaginator. When we talk about narcissistic parents, now we talk about the 4 types of parenting styles. Authoritarian. Yes.
They're bad.
They're very bad.
There's the children don't
final say.
Yeah. Children have no opinion in that household. Yeah, so you can't even ask, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? It's because I'm the parent and you're the child.
And I've said so.
Because
our wanaume are the ones, unfortunately, who...
Mothers.
Even mothers.
Ooh.
Yeah. Nia amesema na hakuna kitu ingine. In fact, they even dominate even the
kama
father.
Ukuli hiyo chakula ukae njaa.
Sasa hizo chakula kinakupea
kama utaki hizo carrots ulale njaa. Yeah, so
but you know, the authoritarian even affects how the children study in school.
Yeah.
I have said you're going to take all sciences.
Yes.
I am not hearing anything else. Na ni hivyo. Mzazi amesema.
Yeah. Very terrible parents.
Now I know
and they create liars.
They do.
Because those children will have to find a way to survive. And they will only find a way to survive through lying.
Yes. Authoritarian. Neglectful, because I know authoritative is the balance and it's the good one. Neglectful and permissive.
Neglectful don't care. Whether you've eaten, whether you've not eaten, it's not their business.
Yeah.
So they will live these are the people who may live in the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know what the children will eat.
They don't even
Children below 5 are playing by themselves. Unsupervised.
There's a time I was at the police station. There's a case I was going to handle. But then inside there, they were really harassing this lady. Apparently, the son had gotten lost. So you know the way this child has gotten lost and they've been brought into the police station. And then the mother is being asked, since morning, you did question yourself and ask yourself, where is my son? We have held your son here in the station the whole day. It's 6:30 at night. So they were asking the lady, this is a 4-year-old.
4?
Yes, 4. Did you care to know whether they ate lunch? Did you care to know whether they even had anything during the day? They got lost. Ulikuwa wapi? And then I realized, the lady is just there, aloof.
Sometimes circumstances make them that way.
Yeah.
Unaona like mzazi anaenda kufanya kazi usiku.
Yes.
They can't afford a nanny or they can't afford to take those children elsewhere. So watoto wanajilalisha usiku.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Wow,
terrible.
Hey, that's a whole episode on its own. One day, I think I'll bring you back. We'll discuss parenting styles and how they affect children. Because I can imagine that child who is neglected, there's a way they grow up.
Too soon. They grow up so fast.
Yeah.
They're the ones fending for themselves. And especially if there is one who's an adult, ama who's older than, ama ni wengi. One is like 7 and then the others are
3, 2, 1.
So they become
your mama.
Anakuwa parentified.
I saw another child. I think they are about 7 or 8 years old. Amebeba mwingine.
Yeah, na ameshika mwingine mkono.
You know, I told myself, I remember when I used to carry my son on my back would hurt me. Now I'm like, this one
is a baby.
Is a baby.
Carrying a baby.
Carrying a baby. Oh, I'm to be punished for the rest of that. They will have backaches. I felt so sad for the young girl. Now, the gaslighting that happens to children, and in therapy, you can tell us how these 3 phrases, the people you've experienced and how this shows up, where that never happened. Because of course the parents say that never happened. Another thing the parents say is you're too sensitive. And the third one is, after all I have done for you.
I have had all those phrases.
Yeah.
And I usually discourage. Like, you know, some people may think that I need an apology from my mom.
Yes.
I need my mom to tell me they're sorry. But I usually discourage them or help them manage their expectations, because chances are high
that your parent will not apologize.
They won't. In fact, they'll inflict more wounds.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll inflict more wounds. So just do your inner healing.
Yes.
Let them be.
Let them be.
Because remember, we said that narcissistic people do not change.
They don't. Even narcissistic parents cannot change.
Yeah, they do not change.
So it is you to learn how to live with that. Set your own boundaries. Reparent yourself.
Yeah. Love yourself.
Love yourself. Yeah.
And you know, it's easier said than done. At now, Lillian, I come and you just love yourself. Where do you start? Just love yourself. What is loving yourself?
Depende. And someone does not understand, what does kujipenda? What does loving myself mean?
Yeah. Well, where was that modeled to you?
Yeah.
It has never been modeled to you. So I give you an assignment. I tell you to just love yourself. What do I mean by just love yourself?
Yeah.
Difficult.
Very difficult. 2 or 3 final things as we wrap up. Body memory. And we have discussed this in a forum before, where your body keeps scores.
It does.
The traumas, they manifest physically for you. So this is where you have
muscle tension,
hatched shoulders like this, or your tight jaw, or you have a pain that
your eyebrows are always raised all the time. There is a lot.
Yes.
And that's where there's something that I'd want the viewers to go maybe do some research about, because we can't talk about it now. It's very
lengthy.
Yeah. Like tunaitwa somatic exercises.
Yes.
That helps release the trauma that has been held. That has been held in certain places. So you engage in those somatic exercises to release the pent-up trauma in your body.
Yeah. Because what we are saying is trauma, as much as it's psychological,
also physical,
can come and manifest physically.
Yeah.
We've spoken about that topic before, where you feel like there's a constant shoulder ache.
Constant headaches.
You can't understand where it's coming
and backaches.
And backaches. But it is a manifestation of the psychological issues that you're going through.
No, Lillian, when people hear trauma, they think that trauma ulienda ukaanguka na gari mahali.
Yeah.
Ama ukarobiwa at gunpoint. But trauma, even dealing with narcissistic parents, is traumatizing.
Yeah.
You're a child, you're new in this world.
Yes.
So you're dependent on the guidance of your parents.
Yes.
As you navigate life as a child.
Yeah.
So if they don't give you that, it's traumatizing. And you see people around you have good parents, they're guiding them properly.
Yeah.
Trauma as well.
So these are the traumas that now present themselves. And please, viewers, research on it. Somatic exercise.
Yeah, somatic exercise.
Yeah.
There's also something that we commonly refer to as lengthy. We can't talk about it now. Shadow work. Shadow work.
Shadow work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By a psychologist anaitangwa Carl Jung. It's very, very, very knowledgeable in that.
Yeah.
And that's why I raised the issue of go love yourself. What is go love yourself? You go do the shadow work.
Shadow work.
You find out what are my triggers. You go find out what are my wounds. What are my fears? And after you find out those things, what is it that I lacked?
Yeah, when I was a child.
Yeah, I'm up to this point. What is it that I have been lacking?
Yeah.
And with that knowledge, you have a game plan.
Now rework and reparent yourself and do the things for yourself.
If you never had somebody tell you, I'm proud of you.
Tell yourself.
When you know now, I need to tell myself that I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
So that shadow work is important.
Wow. And that's a deep topic. We shall explore it one of these days. The final two, adult red flags. So if your stomach clenches, when you see your parents, like you dread the fact that you're going home or you're going shags, just know that that's a red flag.
Not just for your parents, for anybody.
For anybody.
Your tummy, your stomach is very connected to your nervous system.
Yes.
That's why when you're anxious, you have butterflies.
Yeah, and that comes in the tummy. Or there are those ones immediately either they get bloated or they feel like they need to release.
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's highly connected to your nervous system, central nervous system.
Yeah.
So what happens, you need to be very attuned to your body.
Yes.
Unajua, what is my body telling me?
Yeah.
So that person has told you, your girlfriend has told you, ama your friend has told you, let's meet at a certain point, alafu unasikia tumbo.
That
is your body telling you something.
Tumbo joto.
The body keeps score. You remember we talked about that book?
The body keeps score, yeah.
The body keeps score. So your body knows it's communicating something to you.
Yeah.
It's remembering something.
And that's why it's now showing up in the tummy.
Yeah.
That's a red flag. Wow. So stomach clenching. So the first step to heal, which I pointed out for myself, is reparenting yourself. You'll touch on that. And then giving yourself permission to heal your inner child and to give yourself permission to rest, to say no, and to feel safe. As we wrap up.
Very deep topic.
Yeah.
Very, very. Reparenting yourself comes in all forms and shapes, by the way. Can come even in you deciding that I'm going to get an entire birthday cake.
Yes.
And eat it in my house, even if it's not my birthday.
Yeah. Because you realize probably it was never done for me.
It was something that I really, really wanted, but nobody gave that to me. When you're an adult, you have adult money. What's stopping you from doing that?
Yeah.
And it's going to heal that part of you.
Wow. That is so deep.
It's going to. You're never going to want to feel something like that.
You know, there are children who said that maybe one time all they needed is a football.
Yeah, go get it.
Or all they needed is a bike. I kept asking my parents, I kept performing so well, constantly, and they kept promising me that, ukifanya vizuri, nitakununulia bike. Ukifanya vizuri. So, you've grown up your whole life wanting a bike. And then your parent, no matter what you did, they still never gave it to you. It's like you kept chasing an illusion.
Yeah, which was very damaging. In fact, I wish they never promised such things.
Yes. And then so finally, as you're healing your inner child,
you have your adult money, go get yourself a bike.
Yeah, or go get something that can replace the feeling that you felt that was not given to you.
And reparenting also manifests in the way that you get to parent your children going forward.
Yes.
You become very intentional in not repeating the wounds that were inflicted.
Yes, I like that. Yeah.
So if you feel something was not done appropriately,
Yes.
you correct that with your children.
Yes.
But you also have to be careful to have a balance
And boundaries.
so that you
and
don't
boundaries.
overcompensate.
Yes. Wow. I love the topic we have tackled. Sadly, time is over and we have to end the episode. We have to end the show today. And I appreciate you for coming. Patricia, it's always so lovely to have you and to get to discuss these things and to leave the viewers with things that they can further research on and explore. For us is to trigger those things, to trigger the conversation. That's why we're having these conversations with Lilly, so that we prod your mind to figure out, what is it that I may be going through? What is it that I may be experiencing right now that is a result of my background, and how can I be better and do better?
I have a question for you as we wind up.
Yes.
Should people cut off their parents?
That's a very deep and serious question. I personally, this is an individual perspective, believe that if for sure anything at all in this world causes you immense pain, leave it, drop it. And for me, the kind of cutting off might be, I will not treat you badly, I will do my obligation, but I'll keep my boundaries. I probably may not visit because you give me energies that I do not want. I will, if you know now, unfortunately, Black tax and the environment where we live in, probably you need to take care of your parents. I will take care of you. I will do what I need to do dutifully as a child, but I will keep my boundary. I will not interact with you past a certain point. Now, that is the kind of cutting off I would do. That's me. Fortunately, my parents have not been a mess, so I cannot cut them off. But I know situations and people that are struggling with that statement. Can I cut off my parents?
Okay, food for thought.
Food for thought. What a way to end. Can you cut off your parents? That's a deep question. Patricia, please share your contacts. Viewers, thank you for engaging with us. Click like, share, subscribe. Kuna kitu moja. My producer Dio has constantly said, even if you have nothing to say, weka moto. Like to, because we support this channel, we support this the podcast. There's an impact we're trying to create, and it will be positive in the years to come. Patricia is a counseling psychologist. Share your contacts with anyone who wants to reach you, and myself, for us to have a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for anybody who wants to reach me, you can find me on 0723 096 180, 0723 096 180.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm always a call away. You can send me a message on WhatsApp or kawaida message, I'll respond.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure to have you. Thank you.